just giving them enormous value, and making yourself almost unnecessary is going to lead to an abundance of prospects that only want you to work with them. I actually disagree completely with that idea that America is not a land of opportunity, man. This land is built on opportunity, is built on immigrants. The ones that I'm a big, passionate advocate of immigrants, because the immigrants are hungry, man, and they're ambitious, and they want a better life for themselves and for their family. And it's very difficult to find people that are harder working than immigrants. It is incredible to find how these guys are so dedicated to making themselves better, their families better, and even companies that they work with better. So I'm all in with this immigration process and helping you help these guys get set up. But you get the idea, like, just to recap, right? YouTube has to be your content. You have to have a note system in which you continuously add bullet points of something that you need to teach. That's what I do. If you have seen my content, which I know you have, Ian, you were consuming my podcast in the past. That's maybe how you find me. You know that I'm talking nonstop, man. Like, whenever I work with my guys, I'm the CEO of two pretty big companies at this point. AGM Marketing has over 100 staff. Natural Sim has 150 staff. I'm responsible for 250 people every single day. What I'm doing is that I'm all day long managing these guys. And as I see something that is helping people improve an area, I make a note about it. And then I get ready to teach it. And I'm always teaching it. And I'm always documenting this particular process of building the organization and helping people with marketing. So you got to do the same thing. You got to have a running record that never, ever ends of things that you think these people will get value from. Painting the future, making them see how it is possible. Most of these guys don't even know it's possible, man. Ian, most of these guys don't even understand that there's opportunities for them if they actually simply follow some steps. So there's laws of change, things that present themselves. Your responsibility would be to show them what's possible, make them see that the future holds something for them if they had the right information. So having a running record of subjects to teach, maybe you don't have to have 7 to start with. My dad began in 2012 creating content for our YouTube channel. We were doing 4 episodes every single week for 4 years, all the way to 2016. In 2016, Dr. Eric Berg hired us, and Dr. Eric Berg was doing 14 videos a week, 2 a day. And because of that, I went to my dad and I said, Dad, this guy's doing 14 and you're doing 4. I think we should step it up, man. And I put pressure on him, and then we moved it up to 7. A few years later, Dr. Berg himself lowered it to 7. He went from 14 to 7 because he found a sweet point. He said, the sweet spot. He said, 14 is too much. 1 video a day is more than enough. I actually saw that I was getting more reach. YouTube was feeding me more people when I was giving them less content because 14 was overloading the system. I got the sweet spot. 7 videos a week is what I'm doing forever. And he was doing that. He's been doing that for the last few years, and he's been steamrolling the attention game in the platforms that we manage here for him at AGM. So you finding a formula that works for you, I would even say 3 videos a week, man, that are anywhere from 5 minutes in length to 12 minutes in length, that are giving people a particular practical data for them to understand how something works and what the opportunity is. A combination of being able to be discovered by the search engines plus giving the value to the people is what you want to incorporate, because the search engines, you got to make sure that the thumbnails are valuable, the titles are important, and the content has a quick intro, value, and then an outro. So those are things that, from the things that we've done, Ian, we can give you a lot of examples from my content, from Dr. Berg's content, from a business owner, a business entrepreneur that we manage here. His name is Vic Tipness. His content that's actually taking off, is on fire right now. And you can see how the formula is established across all these channels. And here's the thing. People don't need you to be explosive, Ian. People need you to give them value. You don't need to be like, oh my God, let me show you how to become a resident of the United States. No, I'm going to teach you on this episode what are the 5 steps that you need to do to get ready to apply for a permanent resident card, to get a work permit. If you got married for a U.S. With an American, I'm going to show you in the next 5 minutes exactly what are the steps to take and what you can do. And I'll let you talk in a second, Ian, but here's the viewpoint that I want you to have on this subject. If I'm actually advising also a car mechanic on how to succeed in the world of social media, I would tell the car mechanic to teach people everything they know about repairing a vehicle, from changing spark plugs to changing transmissions, to doing oil changes, to tire rotations, showing everything about your world. And it sounds counterintuitive because you might be saying to yourself, well, wait a second, isn't that going to make me unnecessary? Quite the contrary. You follow Gary Vee, you know what he says, right? Also, just giving them enormous value and making yourself almost unnecessary is going to lead to an abundance of prospects that only want you to work with them. So when these people show up, just like you're showing up here on a call with me, you get trust from those people because they've been listening to you and your advice has proven to be correct, practical, and real. And they now want to follow your guidance and they want to pay you for that guidance. And here's the thing about the Latin American community. They have money, man. They have credit. They have the same opportunities that everybody else in the country has. They have a lot of opportunities that we all have. They have credit cards and they have good pay and they're a part of our minimum household incomes and they're making 40 grand a year. Some of these guys, I recently saw the construction industry, man. These guys on a booming market, some of these guys are making 75K, 80K, 100K a year.
Oh, yeah.
They have money to spend. And these, for example, the Mexican guys, they are spending an enormous amount of money on their own things. And they're usually sending 30 to 40% of their money outside the country. So money is not a problem for them. They have money to spend. They will give it to you if they trust you. So that's how you actually gain their trust. You see the picture here, man? If you're enjoying this content, please go ahead and subscribe. Help me comment below and let me know if you have any questions about marketing. And I'm on a mission to help as many of you as possible conquer the marketing world. So help me out. Subscribe, hit that button, hit that bell, get notified. Go ahead and subscribe right now.